So, hello everyone. This is Ben from Creality, and today we with Eli to continue doing live for CP-01. This 3-in-1, I think 3 printer, CNC, machine laser engraving. So, Eli here. Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Eli.
So how are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah. And what's up today? Yeah. And I know now is a kind of I think 10:30 or 11:30 a.m. For Europe. Yeah. And if anyone here, please say hi to us. Yeah. Thank you for joining. And Eli could maybe say some hi to everybody.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Good morning.
So I think we could continue. Yeah. But,
All right. Today I will be here to introduce you our CP-01 3D printer. Unlike other printers we're selling on the website, CP-01 is kind of has three functions combined in one printer. First of all, we will do a unbox, let you guys know what's inside and how I assemble it. Well, as you can see here, it's pretty much a big box. I'll just cut it off and see what's inside. The first thing come into our eyes will be the first layer. We have one bag of filament, which is 200 gram. It's enough for testing and print some sample parts. And we have some wood pieces and acrylic pieces for different purposes, such as laser engraving and CNC milling. Well, after I remove the first layer, I'll put it aside. We have a toolbox. If I open it, as you can see, there are many small parts or tools you will be using when you do assembling or maintenance. Such as some clamps and some screws. Also, of course, the power cable and the card reader, some glasses. Okay, there are too many things, but today I'll just you can find everything from the manual and on the website. I'll just close it and I'll pick up some tools when I need them. Okay, the next thing will be this one. If I open the cover, it's a piece of aluminum metal with so many holes on it. So this one we will use it for CNC machine in this CP-01. I'll bring it back later. Well, now you can see here will be our machine body. I'll just remove this one. Here, this is our frame. We have a couple of step motors on the top and on the side, which controls the x-axis and the z-axis. I'll go into the detail later after the assemble. The next one will be our machine body, which is the base. Well, it's kind of small, but everything is combined inside the sheet metal. with a couple of wires coming out. We will connect it later on. Okay. So what's left in the box will be we have a laser module and this is the 3D printer module. Also, on the corner, we have a CNC module. All right, I think that's all we have inside the box. Yeah, I do have the manual on the side, but I picked it up earlier. So, as you can see, everything here inside, either the tool or the machine parts, is organized. So, during the transportation or whatever delivering, it is guaranteed no damage for the parts. At this moment, I'll do a quick assembly. There are only two main parts we need to assemble. It's similar like CR printers, either CR10 or others. We have the base and we have the frame. All we need to do is bring four screws on each side to locate from the bottom to the top. I just found a good position. As you can see, we have 8 holes on the bottom. And I'll just find the front view and slowly join them together. All right. Basically, on the base, they have a square come out, so it's easy for you to locate. And on my left hand, I have a couple screws ready. They are M5, pretty long. I'll just slowly put them inside. And here is the Allen key. Trying to slowly find the right place. It will be much easier if you have somebody aside with you. Maybe they can help you. But yeah, pretty much it's a one-person job.
Yeah. Yes. So
yeah. Okay,
please.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I just want to say hi to everybody, and yeah, Bernie said Stephen was he was confused with the message he got. It said that he had water bottle. Then he asked we asked what size want the T-shirt. So please contact our colleagues. I think maybe Corey, maybe Fang. So they will just give you a right answer. Okay. For this demonstration, I only lock half of the screws because there is no necessary to lock them all. But if you have this machine,
you're gonna use it every day, so you need to lock all the screws. But today I want to save some time for you guys, and yeah. Okay, the screw locking is done. The other thing we need to do is connect some wires and limit switch. So here is a limit switch for the Z-axis. As you can see, it's well designed. Unlike other printers, you have a exposed limit switch. But this one is designed with a cover. You have a slot, allow you to adjust it. So I'll grab some M3 Allen keys. M3 screws. So the Z-axis is installed, and here, oh, I'm sorry, this is the X-axis actually. Because it's a longer wire, and we have a shorter wire. This is for Z. Well, the next one is a limit switch for X.
Yeah, I just see that Bernie said his CL10S Pro is running 24/7, printing face shield for hospitals. It is always hungry for more film. Yeah. Yeah. So we do I think receive so many requests for support, and we already try our best to support. Well, since I think we kind of short the stock of the filament I think in January, so we'll still push for a little bit for that, but we still we even could not fulfill our orders. So yeah, but we know that now the face shield is everybody is doing now for the whole community that just contribute. Yes, and yeah, so we temporarily for now we want to make sure the best is we just make sure the printer is in stock, yes, for you guys. But for other thing that yeah, we are trying, but we also will limit. And we also want to let you know that we already sent the mask we have in our website lately, and yeah, and we also send it to our cooperation partners. Yes, so like Israeli, also like the so many YouTube content creators, so, and also so many websites that yeah, and so anyway, we just hope that we could contribute in this very hard situation. Yeah, and thank you so much for joining with us.
Alright, as you can see, I basically assembled the body and connected some wires, and basically that's the whole assembly process. Pretty much easy. The only thing left will be the 3 module. It depends on your needs. If you want to use 3D printing, you just go with the 3D printer head. And we also have laser and CNC. At this moment, I'll just simply choose one of them because the installation will be same. On the back of each module, there are 3 holes, tapped holes actually, which is matched with the holes on the X plate. All we need to do is use these 3 M5 thumb screws to lock them. Alright, just come to front.
Yeah, so either just install the print head, yeah, and later we will show you the laser engraving and also the CNC function, another 2 head, yes, and then you'll see this 3-in-1 3 printer. Yeah.
Well, the last thing will be connect the VEG cable. Okay, at this stage, this printer is fully assembled. Before I move forward, let's see if we have any questions.
Yeah, I think Wayne just asked why he got a mask on. So I think temporarily our government still need us to wear mask. I think all the time if you just outside. Yeah, so we wear it. That's it. Yeah, it's yeah. Since I think that's way better in China, and but still I think we are. I think the whole country still are very I think concerned for the I think the rebound, yes, or the kickback. So anyway, we just still wear it. Yeah, we do wish we could just not wear it anymore, maybe in this month, but yeah, temporarily we still have to do it. Yeah.
Do you have any questions at this moment? Do you have any questions?
So do you guys have any questions for the? I think yeah. So how is their question? How is the laser on things like this? super close to the object to engrave, I guess they are only for engraving, not cutting.
I think I can answer your question now and later. Basically, the laser cutting is generally for engraving. But if you are going to cut some thin material, such as papers, yeah, it will do the cutting job. But for other materials, it's not powerful enough to cut it through. Same like the CNC tool. This is basically, I'll show you some examples and some demos. You will have a clear idea how this machine will behave and what it can do and what it cannot do. Yes, I think there will be a more powerful laser module in the future. That's the trend. All right, I'll just quickly go through the features and some capabilities about this machine, and after that we're going to run some demos and test the printer. Now, as you can see, it's a CP-01 here, fully assembled. By looking at the outside, unlike other printers, which you have exposed wires, cables, and some parts like a limit switch. On this machine, everything kind of hid inside. For example, we have two lead screws controlling the Z-axis, which is going to the inside of the extrusion, unlike other printer, which is exposed outside. And we have one cable to connect the module to do everything, which is a kind of cleaner. Also, on the back side, we have a couple shields on the side. If I can take them out, like this one, you can hide your wires inside the channel and covered with the black shield. So everything will be well organized. That's the outlook. Also, for its print size, it's honestly a small printing area, which is 200 cubic. And it's use a 24 voltage output. But if you look at the left side of the machine, we have a switch controls the voltage income. If you are in North America, you can switch it to 110 voltage. And if you are in other areas, just go 220. Other features about this machine will be, okay, on the right side, we have a USB cable. Okay, I'll just move a little bit more. USB cable connection and port, I mean, and SD card slot. This time, for this machine, we use a SD card instead of TF card. That's the kind of good thing, because I kind of lost all the TF card because they are small. All right, if I grab the toolbox, we have a bigger card. Also, the weight of this machine is 10 kilograms. And it uses a silent board. When I turn on the machine, it's super quiet, but either it's standby and or working. all the noise you can hear is the fan noise. Well, another feature is the e-stepper is inside this module. So you can use this printer to print soft materials such as TPU, rubber, and other materials. The next thing I will introduce you the information of the screen information. This machine is equipped with a touch screen, and it's kind of similar like other CR series printers. On the main menu, we have 3 options, and on the bottom we have temperatures of the nozzle and temperatures of the hotbed. The first option will be select, which allows you to select the G-code files you want to print. And the second option is control, where you can control the temperatures, the coolings, and the head selection. If I go to the head selection, I can choose 3D print, laser, and CNC. Every time you change your header or module, you have to go to this menu to change the option. The last one is setting. In the setting option, we have leveling, refuel, or moved axis. Other will be motor control. You can enable and disable the motor. Also, we have language and about. In the about, we have the model type and the version, current version, and the capability, the print size. That's pretty much about the information on the screen. Nothing complicated and very straightforward. All right, because today we will show you 3 different capabilities about this printer. Here I already installed the 3D printer head, and to save some time, I'll just use another printer to do the 3D printing. Well, I'm gonna try some laser cutting and CNC engraving on this new one, because everything here is kind of brand new. Also, one last thing I want to mention is the hotbed is using the silicon glass, kind of high quality, and give you a very stable first layer. And if you can see the bottom of the hotbed, it's a piece of well-machined aluminum. Yeah. Pretty much that's it. If you have any question at this moment, you can ask me, and I'll try my best to answer you.
So we have a question here.
Okay.
So instead other things, when we are to put a full-size USB port in the printer so that we can use USB sticks, meaning USB in the break.
Do you want to answer it?
I think, yeah, Bernie said that when we Creality put a full-size USB port. Yeah, and I think we will see later. Temporarily, yes. I think for the latest, we still now use a USB port. But yeah, as I doing now and as before, I will feedback to the company and see, yes, if we could implement later. And there are also other questions.
Okay.
So is the CNC module able to cut slowly aluminum, carbon, R4, J10 also?
The truth is no. I mean, yes. What can I say? I'll go to the CNC module later. But to answer your question, firstly, it cannot cut hard materials because all the designs and the timing belt or whatever the screws you are tied your module or the clamping method, all of them are not allow you to cut hard materials. The only result will be pretty dangerous and you might get hurt. So that's from my opinion. But you have to be careful with the CNC every time. That's a kind of different area, unlike 3D printing. I'm a general machinist before I moved into the 3D printing area, so I kind of know how dangerous that environment is and how careful you should be when you operate machines.
Also, another question is, so it's a direct drive.
Direct drive?
Direct or the Bolden, the other one like industry, all this is different. Direct drive.
It's a direct drive, yeah.
Also no. Why did you use aluminum extrusion unbend? This design is pretty unstable. Yeah. Is this talking about? Yeah.
Okay. I didn't go too much about the material of the bed, but each bed have actually from my using experience, each bed do have its different performance. I like them both, but most importantly is the leveling scale and the glass. Some glass behaves better, some are not. I don't know why, because it's totally out of my knowledge. Well, if you are using 3D printer every day, I mean, you pretty much know what hotbed do a good job. Some hotbed doesn't. So according to your needs, you can choose whatever you like. Okay, the next step, I'll just quickly show you some 3D printer modules capability. I'll turn this machine on. I use this one quite often, so it's pretty much a very stable machine. Some disadvantage about this one, about the 3D printing function. I'll talk about that now, because as you know, we don't have a BL touch, of course. So as a result, we don't have auto leveling on this printer, and we don't have the material runout sensor. Everything here for the 3D printer is everything is manual. Nothing is automatic. I mean, it's some technically disadvantage, but I personally like it because at this moment it really relies on your personal skill to do the leveling. And if you do a good leveling job, the printing result will be very good. Okay, on the screen, if I go to a setting and leveling, it gives you a 0 position. And the next screen shows you there are 5 spots you can measure, which allows you to move the nozzle into different spots to check the height or to check the distance from the nozzle to the bed, and see if you need to move the nut or not. I just skip this part because I kind of did all the leveling before. For many of you are already familiar with how to do the leveling, and it's really not a tricky process. To test the performance or the behavior of this machine, I'll just print one sample and let you know this machine's behavior. At this moment, because it's a special feature, I use a TPU material to try some printing.
I think they are still mentioning about it's necessary to change the current type of USB port. Very easy.
I know. Everybody like USB port. I think the same way. I'm not kind of a hardware designer, but I'll let them know, see what they can do about it. But in the future, yeah, that's our goal, to move to more convenient and more easy way for users. At this moment, SD card pretty much it's not that bad. It's working well. Just you can use it for your camera, right? So there are many other way to use it. I just want to ask, like, how many of you like auto leveling, or how many of you like manual leveling? Kind of, yeah. Personally, I like manual more. It's like a car. Some people like auto drive, some people like manual drive. But for the auto leveling, it's really convenient for everyday life. But sometimes it's go wrong, and you don't know why. That's the bad part. So for the manual leveling, one thing I like is, if it go wrong, it's because you did a bad job. So if I'm confident about my leveling, I go to the manual leveling, and after the good setup, every piece come out from this printer will be perfectly well. Okay, we will just go to the laser module. I believe many of you want to see how the laser cut behaves. Before I change the head, I need to turn off the power. Now I choose the laser engraving, and it's really easy to change in between these three modules with this one cable and some screws. Alright, the changing is done. Now we just simply turn on the power. Okay, in the SD card, when you get the machine and open the files inside the card, you will have all the necessary files such as the manual and some operation videos there for you. So it's really helpful, and inside it also has a couple samples for you to test the printer. Alright, before I go to the printing process, I just need to do some kind of like adjustment about laser to make sure the focus of the laser is centered. Here I can show you some examples I did before. So you can use this laser to do some laser rusting to print your pictures, favorite pictures, your favorite animals or whatever, such like this one. I hope you can see it. Also, you can do some paper cutting with this laser. When we operate the laser engraving, we need to put our protection glass on because it's a kind of dangerous beam, and you can find it in the toolbox. Now, I just found a brand new wood piece, and I put it here so I can adjust the laser focus. Now I put my protection glass on. Okay, pretty much this distance is quite high. I'll just move it down a little bit. Generally, we keep the distance in between with about 60 millimeters, I believe. It has a range, so after a couple of uses, you will get familiar with it. Do you want to have one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also I just a little bit. Do we just move the printer a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Because
Okay.
is it
Yeah.
useless the?
Don't worry, just to move it.
Like the thing we see give the better.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know if it's not easy for you to.
No, it's fine. It's the same for me. As the height is okay. Here I can do a homing. Okay, just I shouldn't do homing because we are in the laser process. I need to select the laser head first, I believe. The operation or the setup for a different modular will be different from the 3D printing. So we better read the manual before we do the operation. In the control, at the head selection, I go to laser. When you click laser, make sure before you click the laser option, you put your safety glass on. At this moment, when you click laser, the beam will start, and it could damage your eyes if you don't have the safety glass. As you can see, we have a light here, but actually this is not well focused, so it won't cut anything. All I need to do is move it lower to a like reasonable distance. Okay, now I can see the smoke coming out from the wood piece. But remember, we also have the thread next to the laser, which we can turn it to adjust the focus. When you see a little bit of fire or sparking, that means you're in the right position. Okay, let's turn off the laser. At this moment, the height is done. How do we set up the XY0? The answer is manually. Yes, unlike 3D printing, we have the limit switch. We do use limit switch for 0, but for laser and CNC, we are using a different workpiece. So the 0 is kind of randomly, depends on your needs. It will be not exactly on the left bottom corner. It might be somewhere like here. I think that's for me, I just found a small clamp to clamp it. Make sure it's not moving during the laser engraving. Well, it's fine. I couldn't find it. So randomly, in a safe area, I think it's fine. Just to make sure, check your print size. Make sure your design is not out of the boundary. Also, we use a different software instead of Cura to do the laser and CNC. The Creality designed a special software called Creality Workshop, which also in the SD card. You can install it when you have the machine. All right. Next, I'm gonna do a apple cutting. I mean engraving. Yeah. I have a laser apple. If I select it, let's see what it does. Start. Okay, it's going up. Let me see why. Okay, I have to adjust my focus. Because in the software, you can set up the start 0 Okay. The thing I missed is there at that moment when I move the Z down, I need to manually select the 0 set up. I'll go back there later after this cutting. I slow down the speed, so let the laser cut a little bit deeper than usual. When it's cutting, don't remove your gloves. That's advice. And also, I don't know if you can see, the smoke is coming out. And sometimes you need to wear a mask. Because the laser power is 0.5 volts, it's not powerful, but it's strong enough to burn things like wood or feather or other materials such as plastics. So be careful with it. It's a kind of dangerous and you know, you need to be patient and be careful. Although it's kind of you know, dangerous work, but people like laser engraving and laser cutting because it's different. It's different from 3D printing, and by cutting things, you can get a different view or workpiece. You can use it for personal or use it for like some business, such as you can engrave your business name or whatever other things you are interested.
Oh, you are finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
Later on, let me give them a close look of what's
Okay.
going on with that. So
I'll play back. I'll just do it one more time. It's quick. It's unlike 3D printing take hours, but this one, it's only take 1 minute.
So we have, I will just select the camera here.
再调一下吗？
Yeah, I think we're good.
Good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I'll do it one more time. It's really quick and easy. 要不要换一下屏幕？
Alright, yes. Yeah.
All right. So now we have a clear view.
Very clear, yeah.
Yeah, very clear. I did the apple cutting. On this side, it's brand new and clean. I'll do it one more time from the start. Okay. Like what I said before, I need to manually set up my 0, either the X, Y, or Z. For example, I just not randomly, I mean, yeah, by your experience, you can guess you can turn on the laser actually. Okay, we have a laser, and okay, I decide use this corner as my 0. It's still burning. That's good, because the laser is focused. Now I go back to my setting and move. At this point, I need to 0 my position. I hope you can see it. Yeah, we have an option called 0. Let's simply select it. All the X, Y, Z will become 0. That's the one difference from the 3D printing. Okay. Now I can go to the select and choose whatever the J code I made and start the laser cutting. pretty cool. Yeah. You can do many interesting things with the laser itself. I like the the cutting and the powerful beam working on the materials such as wood or other materials like plastic. If you put paper on it, it can cut through papers.
That's awesome.
You can get something like this. Leave it here.
I think somebody said he is impressed how quiet 3D printer next to you is while 3D printing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's super quiet. Because this machine is running, so it's kind of got some noise. But laser itself don't have a fan, so no noise at all.
So and Leo said that you now finished the apple for last example. So I think maybe just this time we will finish the apple, right?
Oh yeah.
I think we are just making a quick example, so we now let it finish. So if you want finished, we'll finish for you.
The apple. Okay, only take 1 minute.
Yeah.
I made a simple path as a demonstration, so we don't spend too much time on the printing or the cutting process. It's just a demo, let you guys know how it works. And after it, you can do many creative things. Like the example I showed you earlier. Let's say this my favorite anime. It takes about 3 hours to do the rusting. And here is a smaller one. And here is a portrait. So if you know some laser working process.
I think you may hang here for a second because it took it to.
Oh.
Maybe just 3
Okay.
seconds for each. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next one. Yeah. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Another one.
Similar.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, one more. I have one more.
One more. Yeah.
This is paper cutting.
Okay.
If you go slow enough, you can cut paper. Okay.
I think we are pressing here, so
I just saw you
Gary said it's laser height is only passive cooling only. Sorry, I don't know.
Okay.
Only passive cooling.
That's a very good question. The laser itself has a fan on the top of the laser. So it's not passive cooling, it's opposite. It has a fan. Do you have more questions before I move to the CNC process? I'll just show you the apple.
So if you have any further questions, please ask Eli here, and he is about to use the third head, which is the CNC milling. So,
all right. Before I move to the CNC, I just want to warn you. CNC itself is kind of dangerous, and you do need to have some basic machine shop experience to run the CNC. The reason why I say it, because the first time I went to the class, to the machine shop, the teacher tells us all about safety. You need to have safety glasses and everything, be careful. Because it's a high-speed running spindle, and the tool are sharp, and the clamping is crucial. You have to make sure everything is fixed. And last thing, don't cut hard materials. Okay. I think we know enough about laser cutting. Now I just change the module and yeah, turn off the machine, disconnect everything.
So change to another one. Great. And
Okay, it's
yeah,
off.
so
Yeah.
you finish the I think maybe I will show them the.
Oh, the 3D printing test.
I think maybe in a movie first I will just show them. I think it's
Okay.
great prints here. But you still could you still could remove. Yeah, I just want to give you a little bit just showing of the how what it just do the 3D print of this.
Yeah, let's go back to the 3D printing process for a second. What I did is I made a net again, yeah, for testing how flat the bed is. The result is pretty surprisingly good. You see, this is a TPU. It's not a PLA. So I use full speed. And low temperature, I think. I didn't go that crazy, go to high temperature. But the result is very good, very good. If I peel it out, you see it's TPU. It's soft. And I can show you close.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, TPU.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, if I stretch it, it's very flat. I think it's with 1 or 2 layers. So this machine might be small, but it's really powerful and stable. Yeah, most importantly, stable. You can trust it for all the works.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's turn off this one. The last one, CNC engraving. Before I put a hand on, let's show you how the basic mechanism inside it. It's pretty simple. Inside this box, there is a DC motor, I believe, and outside is a chalk. Normally we use it to clamp drills, but here we use it to clamp end mills. And the diameter is between 0.3 millimeter to 4 millimeters. Let me find the chart key. Okay, here is our tiny chart key. You can use it to either tight the tool or unlock the tool. In the toolbox, the Creality gives us a 1 millimeter diameter end mill. Yeah, here. Cool. This is 1 millimeter diameter end mill, pretty small.
Yeah.
It's just for you to test the CNC and allow you to have some experience on it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just quickly install the CNC module. Oh, no, this one. This one. Oh, just a reminder. Here it says, do not wind the transmission line across the top profile, which means it's not good if you cross the top frame, because sometimes if this one goes down, the wire is not long enough, you might get some damage of the machine. The good way is go under. The change of the tool or the module is pretty simple, but the hard part is all the setup and carefully running. For CNC machine, we have a special platform for clamping. You need to have a strong clamp when you do the operation. Okay, now we come back to this metal. There are many countersinks on the back of it. All we need to do is find some screws here, this back. I think I'll just go to the front. Clamping is necessary. When the spindle is running in a high speed, everything might fly out.
So Bernie, I will just give you a close look of how this is attached.
Oh, you want to see the back side?
Yeah.
Okay, I can turn the machine. Oh, the cable is not long enough. 1, 2, 3. 3 thumb screws allow you to tighten each module. All right. Let's grab some. There are 4 clamps. The principles are easy to understand. You have a clamp. Minimum, you have to use 2 clamps to clamp one workpiece. You have long M3 screws go from the bottom, and here you have some. I call it support. I don't have a technical name for it. The small part allow you to tighten it. Okay, to fill the gap actually. And I need some wing nuts. To tighten the piece. When you do the CNC, the most important part is be patient. You have to have a good feeling when you do it. When you get depressed or stressed, don't do the CNC. When you're happy, you do it. As a demonstration, I only clamp 2. I will not apply too much force for the workpiece, so 2 clamping is good enough for gentle cutting. Well, that's halfway done. The clamp is on, so all I need to do is slide this plate inside the platform, the base, I mean. It's pretty tight. That's good. We like tight things. We don't like losing stuff. Tight means safe. Okay, so what I'm gonna cut? You can cut a lot of things. You can cut wood. And you can cut many things like, okay, here. The acrylics came out from the box. It's a nice one. I'll put it aside. And you can cut on flat surface. Just use your imagination to think what you can cut. But remember, soft materials. Don't go to the metal. And I'll show you an example what I did. If you can see it clearly, it's a mini bread, car bread. Okay, that's what I used for engraving. Now, enough talking. I'll cut some words on this one. The clamping will be creative. It don't have to be a flat piece or whatever. As long as you can make sure it's tight. Okay, how to check it? Just after you tied the two runners, make sure it's not moving. Make sure it's not moving. It's important. You don't want your part moving during the cutting process. It's unlike laser or 3D printing. This thing, the high-speed spindle will apply a torque or force on the workpiece. If you don't clamp well, it might fly into you or somewhere else. You may get hurt. And the worst thing, your tool bit might break. That's the dangerous thing. Okay, everything well. I need to turn on the machine. And I'll keep this baby up. And I have many different tools. You can buy or use different end mills for this job. Apparently, this one come along with this machine is a little bit long. If the tool is too long, it causes some deflection and vibrations. Either of them are not good for the tool or the cutting result, and it is not safe. Okay, this is also a long end mill, but I'm just gonna use it to cut a small part. First thing, I'm gonna move my head up. I have a long way to go. If I just manually move it. Safety is the most important part. Remember, safety, nothing else. Okay, the height is fine. I need to find my chart key. Here it is. Make it tight. And don't break the machine. if I manually slowly move it, okay, I have about half-inch gap. That's fine, safe enough. Like laser cutting, you have to manually set up your zero, and this time you also have to set up your Z0, which is the top surface of your workpiece. Be careful with that. You don't want to break the drill. Not the drill, the end mill. So, for example, if I move my XY here, I make it my XY0, and then for the Z0, I need to slowly move the tool down until it touches the workpiece. How do I do that? In the move option, I select the 1 millimeter every time it moves 1 millimeter, and move down. Okay. At this moment, I just found some paper to check the position. This paper is pretty much thicker, but that's fine. Okay, as I go close, I change to 0.1 millimeter. Pretty much good, it's touching. I can feel the friction. Now, at this moment, it saw z-axis 14.3, which from the moment I turn on the machine, that's the distance. I want it to be 0, so here is the option. If I click it, all the number becomes 0. That's good. Okay. Be safe. Move up.
Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Now all the setup is good. Check. Okay. Tight. Everything is tight. Okay. Don't move the XY. Move it back. And my Z is fine. Also looks pretty much safe. Remember, we have the safety glass with you. It's transparent. So when you do the CNC operation, it's safe to wear the glass and stay away and go slow. I made a small program, so let's test it. It's called CNC Creality, and okay, stay away and see how it behaves. Oh, it's spinning and stopped. The lucky thing is above, when it's above, it's cutting nothing, it's cutting the air.
In the air, yeah.
Okay, now the speed is maximum, which is 4,800 RPM. It's pretty high. Okay, I need to go down a little bit because it's cutting nothing. Okay, now we hear the noise. Cool. I like the dust coming out. It's high speed process, so remind it's a dangerous thing. That's all I can say. Now it's moved to the next position. Continue the engraving. during this process, if you think the tool is cut too high, too deep, or cutting nothing, you can use the error Z plus or Z minus to change the depth, like the 3D printing process.
This is nice. Anyway. So Eli, I think we just pretty much showing everything today, right?
Oh,
Right?
okay. I want to show you the come out, how it looks. Actually, it's kind of if you have the time, do we have the time? I want to show you the results, let people know how the engraving works and how it looked. Maybe I can stop here and see what I engraved.
Yeah. Anyway, if you
Okay.
are finished, we can continue the
Okay.
So
Now,
people are all there watching. There are 100 people here now. It's so many people just won't see it. So anyway, you just decide. Yeah.
okay. You want me to stop it?
Huh?
Yeah. You want me to stop it?
No.
Okay.
Just I think there are questions here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can answer your question.
If they could buy this head separately and install to like certain us or something like that.
You can. Yes. How can I say that? It's not a directly connection. You need to change some wires, of course. Basically, the spindle turning on and off using the same code as a laser as a fan, which is M106 and M107. I think I told you enough. Yeah, that's the coding. So the short answer will be you can buy this module separately, but you need to change some wiring.
So I think for us, I think people asking here if they could buy the head itself and then install to any printer you have. It's not CP-01. Temporarily, we do not have any. I think the main part is a firmware to refresh, but temporarily we do not have any plan for that. But we will feedback to the company to see, if you have more requests for that. But temporarily we do not have that. So you could you only need to buy this printer and you have this kind of function here. But I think we do have some plans already that we will first push the laser engraving kit first. Yeah. We already signed it, but I think the old one is only fit to the certain, right? Because it's 12 volt. So we now, I think most of our printers are now 24 volts. So we will just choose the newer one and to first to do this. I think the laser engraver kit first. Yes. And if you like it, and then we will continue to say we could do the CNC kit for you to install to any of our printers. Yes. And thank you so much for the questions.
I think
so.
More question.
here you want. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. It's almost finished.
Can I program a true value for rotation, like MO3, S3000? I don't know this one. And also after this,
The answer, I mean, I didn't try it, but according to what I know about this firmware or the motherboard, it's it's not a PWM, so it's only accept the maximum value, which is S255. So 3000 RPM. Like M3. It's a how can I say that? It's not a CNC program, so it's using Martin firmware. I don't know how the difference will be between them, but M3 is totally a different firmware code for this one. I mean, typically on the CP-01, it uses M107 and M106 to turn it off and on. Also, on the motherboard, the port itself only supports, maximum on and off. Have you made any bad leveling improvement? At the current state, I think the BL touch and the auto leveling is suitable for most situations, and it's running stably, and yeah, I don't see any problems so far. For improvement, well, I don't know. Yeah, I like manual leveling, so I can decide how to adjust it. Will you look at the bigger version? 2x2 is small, a little for purpose I need. Well, it depends on the purpose you really want. If you mainly focus on 3D printing, the good suggestion will be choose a different model. And for the 301, I believe it's a good product for some beginners and some people who want to learn everything or has some interest about the machining world.
Okay, so I think here maybe the last question. But if you have any questions, please ask. And I think maybe, but if you don't, we have last questions. And the team said, have you made any bad leveling improvements?
I kind of shortly answered his question,
Yeah.
but at this moment, the BL touch and auto leveling is our newest technology. Yeah, I don't know anything newer than that. Okay, I just want to quickly show you what I engraved. So on this round-out filament plastic, I made a Creality on it. I hope you can see it.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay. It's pretty clean.
That direction.
This one?
Maybe here, just here.
All right.
This is yeah. It's not it because
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I think they see that. Yeah. It's really
Okay.
I think clear and sharp. Yeah.
This is my last demo, and that's all about this CP-01.
Okay. Talking about talking about the Ender 5 Plus, I think cinnamon board. Yeah, we do have few stock back, but it's just run out very soon. So we are pushing, but temporarily. You know what? Actually, I think Wuhan is really a big manufacturer center for the whole China. So they start to I think gradually back to normal Yeah, but the some parts, I think some accessory related to Wuhan, it's kind of I think move very slowly, but we are pushing. So we will, well, if we have any new stock, we will just upload AICP. Yeah. This model do not have any I think outbound leveling sensors, do not have beer touch. Yeah. So any questions here? Yeah. It's direct drive. Yeah, it do have software that because it has this run function, so it has also have the other software for another two functions, which is leather engraving and CNC milling. So anyway, I think we are pretty much about today's live, and so thank you so much for joining. And yeah, and Eli, yes, thank you him that to give us an intro and unbox and setup. So I think we will just catch you all, I think, later, and you all have a great day, and we sincerely hope you take a break from this live and continue do what you're doing. And I personally, I do see a lot of the face shield print lately, and they just you just donate to the local community or the hospitals directly, and they use it. So it's really great. So we see the 3D printing that help the whole, I think, country. So that's really great. And anyway, I just hope that everybody be safe, and we will have more live here, and also we will have we have the annual anniversary live. We will have a longer one first. It's from, I think, 3 hours. It's kind of from your midnight. So no worries. Because it's a mix of the internal China that thing of the company. So, but I mean, if you could watch it, you could come that day. I think it's April 9th, and also we do have a specific live later in that night, in our night, but it should be your, I don't know, 3 a.m., 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. Sorry, 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. About that, more or less, we should have an hour, maybe an hour and a half, to specifically introduce you again the detail of our new product. So, which you may already know, but I can't say anything. But just give you a head up. So, yeah. Anyway. You all have a great day, and we catch you all later. And thank you so much for joining us today to check this 3-in-1 printer. It's good, but it still have a man space to improve. As Eli just I think he's a kind of give an honest introduction here. So, and you need any more information, please you can check out our official website, and also we are also working with communities lately to I think send some face mask out, and also that other stuff are going on. So okay, Lee said he has already printed 200 so far. Yeah, we see that, and we really sincerely that I think appreciate all you are doing. Yes, and use our printers to help a lot in any way. So I think I should say goodbye today, and thanks so much for joining Lee, Bernie, Cassie, and Aaron Bush, and Gary, and also I think other guys, Tom, Stephen, and also I think Yahi, of our seller in foreign countries. So yeah, you all have a great day. Michael, Wim, we catch you later, and bye.
Keep safe, everybody. Bye bye.